that. The sweet sound of old diesel engines. 2 buses running. Hello again. Welcome back to Steve Stuff channel. What I just did, I'm going to do every afternoon this week, every evening after work. I can't do it in the morning because they get upset about the fumes and the smell. But after that scare the other day with the Atlantean not starting, I'm going to come down every day this week, start the buses, just sit with them for half an hour while everything gets warm, air builds up, make sure everything's working fine. The Atlantean just started first pop, as we saw. It sounds sweet again. I think that was just a little bit of air in the fuel system after sitting for 6 weeks was the problem with it not starting the other day. There's a lot of other stuff to do in this video. This is our last video before Busfest. So welcome to another episode of Steve Stuff. Okay, Saturday afternoon after work, bit of a log jam in the yard. There's coaches everywhere. The yard's pretty full actually, and there's a few of us trying to get our vehicles out to do what we have to do with them, and things need to be moved and whatever. So I'm here in the Merlin. I'm just warming it up, getting air up because my friend Scott's coming shortly. I just want him to cast his mechanic's eye over both the buses, and then we'll take them one at a time up to the next suburb and get some fuel, just make sure everything's going okay. I feel more confident doing that when he's with me. So we've got a bit of an afternoon. It's not the best weather, but it's dry, so it'll be good to get it out. It's a bit warmish, a bit humid. Get that radiator out on the road and see how it goes. Just heading through Olympic Park. I decided to leave early. There are 2 concerts on here tonight, so I'm just trying to get through before it gets a bit too trafficy. Spent the afternoon, well, I'm a little bit disappointed. I won't go into why, but didn't get a lot done that I wanted to get done. I did get some stuff done that I did on my own. So I checked, luckily I checked the fluid in the transmission and it was really low on hydro, so I topped that up, which was lucky. I polished some of the window frames in the double decker, ran out of steel wool. I'll get some more tomorrow and do that. Tidied up inside the Merlin, and while I had the engine hatches off inside, I cleaned up the top of the engine, looking down. Oh, what else did I do? There was a lot of traffic in there today. There was a lot of there was someone else getting their bus ready for the same show, and there was a little bit of movement, so we had to move things around a little bit. But and I finished the touch-ups. Finally got all the paint touched up on both buses, so that's that done. So small steps, baby steps. Tomorrow I'll spend a full day. It should be nice and quiet in the neighbourhood. I'll get them out, get them round to the fuel station, get them fueled up, and then it's just basically almost ready time to go, running out, TikTok, all that, you know. So at home now, I'm filthy dirty. I'm a little bit sunburnt too, I feel, even though I have sunscreen and I've had my hat on all day. So go and have a beer now, clean myself up, chillax, and then I'll see you tomorrow for a big day on the buses. Until then, good morning. Nice day, nice weather. Last full day of being able to work and prep these 2 buses because 1 week today is show day. So I've got a fair bit to do today. I'm just heading down to the hardware store. I want to get some more steel wool so I can finish off polishing those windows on the double decker. I'm also thinking I might get a fire extinguisher. There's one in the double decker, but there isn't one in the Merlin, and I can't see any bracket or any space where they may have had one in service. But I think just for safety's sake, we'll grab one of those. Got some other bits and pieces as well. Today's list of jobs, I don't want another situation. It's quite early. It's just gone 9:30, which is I'm starting early because I don't want another situation like yesterday where the yard was full, it was busy, there were people everywhere. That's why I didn't film anything, because there were people talking, yelling, using, you know, tools. It just wasn't a good day conducive to any filming. So I'll try, hopefully, and get some filming done today. Mainly want to wash the double decker today, just tidy up bits and bobs on the interior because we have people. It's a show. People get on the bus walk around, have a look. I want to make sure everything's kind of bolted down. There's nothing loose, there's nothing sharp. And finally today, take them both. I was going to do it yesterday, but yesterday was a big disappointment. Get them both down to the servo and get some fuel in both buses. So that should round out today's jobs, and then through the week I can come down before and after work and maybe just tidy up anything else that needs doing. So let's get ourselves to the hardware store right now and get the bits we need. No one here today, a bit easier to film. So as you can see, this is what I've got to get off. It's a combination of muck from the motorway and from the tree, but also degrading rubber. So you can see the stains, and it's all the way around. It's all the way around the Merlin as well. I've managed to get it off using calcium lime rust remover called CLR. So I'll get to that now. As you can see, I've moved them both out. Someone's been here this morning washing their bus. But I just need to wipe pretty much. I don't need to go to full pressure wash, but there's a bit more up there, a bit more of that black crap at the front. Merlin's over there. I just put him in front of that shed so I can get the decker out. It's actually a nice shot of the two of them right there. Got to get your priorities right. Okay, so as you can see, that stuff's pretty dirty. It doesn't really like to come off, but this seems to be the best way to get rid of it. So, and it doesn't hurt the paint. Like so. Hard part is keeping the rag clean. Bit stubborn there. I'll do that properly and go around the whole bus now. So I've been all the way around the bus with the rag and the CLR clear, whatever it's called, and that's about as clean as it's going to get. Should be fine. In the event of rain through the week, please God, don't let me have to do it again. I thought I was done with the ladder, but then I just remembered I've got to do all these windows, just this side at the top with the steel wall. So I better get into that. One more little job I want to do, in fact the last thing I'm going to do on the decker, is I want to replace this cushion. You can see there it's got sun damage and it's all split. I've got a better one, couple of little marks on it, but this came out of the other Eggins bus on that farm. Remember a few videos back where they let me pick it? I got that, so it's just 4 bolts and a screw. I'm going to do this now and then take this bus up and get some fuel. Just like that. Yeah, this is the original. It says DD101 on it. Making my way downtown. I don't know why that song stuck in my head. There you are. Oops, no, wrong size. Okay. Righto, let's go get some fuel. Sunday in Olympic Park shouldn't be too busy. So I'm just going around to Silverwater Road by way of the busway. Sounds okay, feels okay, touch wood. Along these trees along this street, the last thing I want to do is touch wood. I made a joke. Some of them are a bit low, so I'll stay in this lane. Bit of a vibration. I don't know if it's the tyres. I reckon these old cross, well, they're not old, they're new on the steers. They reckon they do get flat spots in them. I don't know. My other double decker had tubeless in it. Really have to research your petrol stations to make sure you get the clearance, but always gets plenty of looks whenever I come in to get fuel. So that's one down, one to go. I think what I might do now before I move that Merlin out of the way is get under and top up the diff, and then tidy up the inside, do the same, go and get some fuel. Hello. Right, so I'm just going to wipe around that so nothing falls in when I take it off. I've already loosened it. It's actually quite a bit in there, so I don't think I need to top that up at all. That's good. Alright, that's a job I don't need to do. Excellent. Get on there. You pissant. I hate shifting spanners. Okay, the reason I wanted to do that, hello. The reason I wanted to do that is because when we bought my other Decker 1128 back from Adelaide, we drove, I don't know, 2,000 kilometres or something, maybe more. And when we got it back to Sydney, the guys at the bus museum threw it up on the hoist to have a look and checked the diff oil, and there was none. So I'm funny about that now, but that's good. That's a good result. There's plenty in there. Another one off the list. Now, Scott dropped by this morning, explained to me what happened yesterday, so all is forgiven. But we did notice there's a bit of movement in these belts. I've noticed the last couple of days there's a slight kind of squealing belt noise, comes and goes away, but I can see the voltmeter dropping. So he showed me how to adjust that thing there just to tighten it up. So I'll do that now. Oh, I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is the thing here. It's just an adjustment apparently. He said to go that way, and it should push the... Oh, is that bringing it down? Looks like it's bringing it down, so let's go the other way. That's got a bit more. That's a lot tighter. One more. Can you see that? Much tighter. Right. Okay. Hopefully that'll sort that out. Now the last job for today on the Merlin, before I go up and drop another $72 or whatever it cost on the double decker, I want to look at this and work out where to put it. I think it's the same, yeah, it looks like it's the same as the one I put in the double decker. It's only 1 kilo, but you'd hope that it had put out anything that it needed to be put out. I've got a brand new one at home, but I don't know, I can't remember how old it is, and this window was a little bit fogged up on it, so it's probably out of date. Anyway, let's try and find a home. At first glance, I'm thinking here, but I'm not sure. It's kind of a footrest area, isn't it? And that's the dipper, the light, high beam, low beam. I wonder. Bit of messing around, and I moved it over that way just a little bit to next to the heater control, and now foot, dipper and footrest, so she's easy to get to but not in the way, and that'll do. Okay, so you can't see me. This one's also got some flat spots in the tyres. It seems to be getting better. I'm keeping an eye on the temperature. I'm sitting at about 70 degrees at the moment, which is, I guess, where we want to be. It sits comfortably on 50, 60 k's an hour. Seems to be doing all the right things, making all the right noises. trained to drive these old buses. It's a bit of sloppy with steering. To see out of that mirror. Might have to put a fisheye on that. Doesn't smell any more so bad since I scraped all that rubbish off the muffler. I reckon we're at about 75 degrees. Righto, we're pretty good. This one doesn't need a high roof so much, but it took 40 litres, so that's 40 in both. Plenty. All right, let's go back. Just got back and temperature perfect, just under 80. Don't take your notice of that, it's no good. Charging nicely. Upside down indicator, I know. Thanks Keith for telling me. Steering wheel's upside down too. Thanks Keith for telling me, but I've already stitched the cover on, so it's going to stay like that. Anyway, just went really well. Very happy. Whew. Well, I'm going to call it. It's been a long day. Like I said, I got here, I left the house about 9:30, and I've done everything I can do. It's I'm happy. They're both running well, both now full of fuel, but we're going to be okay next week, I think. So my friend Dylan's coming down from Newcastle to drive the Merlin, so next weekend we'll get him out on Saturday afternoon to experience driving an old bus. They are not like the modern ones or the truck that you got your license in. So we'll do that, and then Sunday we're off for the big day. So all that's really left to do now is on the Merlin, I've got to put all the bright shiny stuff on, the badges, the nut rings, the hubcaps, all that's got to be done, and both of them just inside need a good mop and vacuum, and that's it. I can do that through the week after work in my own time. So that's going to do it for today. A lot done. Very happy, very hot, very sunburnt. I'm even thinking of getting back in that pool. Don't know yet, but I might get the rig out. These two rigs are almost show ready. Thank you very much for watching. Next week's video will be of the show itself. We'll bring you our two and the other 60 odd, 65 awesome looking buses that are going to be at Busfest 2024. So thank you very much for watching this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. Showtime on Steve Stuff.